Hi, hey, and all those other greetings, Spade Adventurers. I'm Jakks, welcoming you guys back to my gaming unboxing channel, where today we have another brand new unboxing for you guys. More Jakks-specific Sonic stuff, and if you missed the last lot, which is actually just right behind me because I just didn't want to move them, and I just figured I'd keep them over there, make sure to check out that video, which hopefully I'll be able to get in a decently reasonable time, and if not, please keep in mind I do have to put YouTube as a priority so that I can focus on college stuff, which, funny enough, is also part of the reason why I'm doing this unboxing and these unboxings, to make sure that I don't have a ton of packages just floating around in my room and making it really hard to focus on my own work, and also just moving around, because nobody wants to be walking around at night and trip on a death egg robot. That would suck and be very ironic. Be a really ironic and horrible way to die. Anyway, though, with all the morbidity, there's got to be a good word for that. With all the morbid stuff out of the way, let's take the good old Doctor's creation and check out what we got. Much like Mega Sonic, this is a part of the Sonic universe that has not been merchandised pretty much ever, so it's really cool to see this guy and see a resurgence to more nostalgia. Instead of just Green Hill Zone, we're seeing stuff like this come back from Mania and be merchandised. Both Jakks Pacific and GE are doing a fantastic job of just taking the weird stuff, taking the obscure stuff, and actually using it to their benefit and getting hardcore Sonic fans interested in the merchandise. So if you guys are excited for this, make sure to hit that like button, share us out with everybody known love, brother, mother, sister, father, iguana. If you guys want to see my unboxing with Mega Sonic and the other lot, again, we do have that. At the end, I might also compare this together, because, you know, it'd be a good size comparison. Now, the cool thing is, I believe this is like the second play set, because we did have Green Hill Zone, and we are getting Studiopolis Zone, which is a very, very cool thing. So I just spent all of this time reconstructing this guy, so we're actually going to put him to the side so we can talk about other things. Alright, anyway though, sorry if my train of thought is lost, but that took like a good 7 extra minutes that I'm going to have to cut out. I wanted to start off with the fact that we actually get yet another classic Sonic figure, this time in a ball position, which I think is the first time we're getting a figure like this. If anybody knows any instances, please let me know, because I know there's a ball Mario from like McDonald's, so there might be some like weird thing like that, or a McDonald's thing that I'm just not thinking of or just have no idea about. But let's check to see how Crouch Sonic looks. So, I mean, depending on where you put it, it looks like he's having like a sound crisis and he's about to cover his ears like this. Or, you know, all his moves in Smash. But the cool thing is they proportioned this in a fairly accurate way to where every single part of his body is curved. For instance, if you look at the tail, and it doesn't blend in with my hair, then you can see that it is very curved and actually is very hook-like, whereas the back edges are fairly normal. And then when you get to these top ones, they're very much squished together and curved to form a ball. You do also have his ears there, which everything is nicely proportioned, nice colors. The white in the eyes is fairly small, which, I mean, it's kind of impressive that they actually got that in there and mass produced this to have those. And then you have the nose. Interestingly enough, for the mouth, it might be hard to see, but he has like a turtle beak. I think they were trying to make sure no matter which way you looked, he had a mouth on either side, but it just ends up making it look like he's a Ninja Turtle, which is very funny, and I love it. And, oh, maybe that's actually just the shadows. Yeah, that's just the... Maybe? Maybe? No, there are definitely indents, but there's like no whites on there, so it's very hard to tell. And then, of course, you have the shoes, which the feet are fairly curved. And you still have the yellow buckle. The yellow buckle. You still have the yellow buckles in there, which is even more impressive. The funny thing is, he's supposed to be a ball, but he's kind of more rectangular. And, I mean, that's just the reality of making a figure look both nice and also be flingable. Because as you're about to see, you do actually have a mechanic to play with this and be able to fling it. In the actual games, you just hit a button and you just jump. But in real life, you can't just, hit a button and something just goes. So instead, they came up with this little mechanism, which is actually a cannon bolt. Cannon bolt, really? Which is actually a cannon pole. I apparently can't say that word. But what you do is you put Sonic in, and then ready, aim, fire. Thank God that doesn't launch far. Because I was like, this is going to just fling towards my door, but I forgot this is supposed to be for, like, kids and their imagination, not an adult that's, trying to fling something across the room and hit their friend with it. So, interestingly enough, the cannon pole actually has a little bit of a hole in the bottom. You can actually just do weird things like this, like a spy movie. Guys, it's the medieval spy movie. Look at that. But yeah, there's not really too much to say about this. I do think it is really cool, though, that they made it in a style of the actual level and what the Death Egg area actually looks like, giving caution tape as well. They didn't have to make this, but the fact that they did is just going the extra mile. Alrighty, now is the time to look at what we've all been waiting for. The Death Egg robot. Now, as somebody who is a collector, I would have kind of preferred it be not as flimsy and just be able to stand fairly well on its own, not really be moved by weight, and have buttons where if you press them, that happens. But as somebody who really loves these figures and has no idea where the heck his arm went, his hand went, I really should have just watched. Where? Oh, it went all the way over here. Sometimes when you put the hand back on, the arm falls off. It's a lovely mechanism that we call Eggman craftsmanship. But yeah, here we have the good old Death Egg robot. So all of his parts are come-offable. What you're pretty much supposed to do is you're supposed to hit Sonic here, and I'm guessing you hit him like a certain amount of times, probably 3, even though the actual boss is 8, and then he just comes apart, likely explodes, but while he's in my hands, I really don't want a jet booster to just go, That would suck. That would really, really suck. I'm sure it's tested, and I'm sure they made sure that stuff is unlikely, but it's my luck we're talking about. I mean, we found out we press this button, not only does this fire, but the arm just decides to come off, which is definitely not what's supposed to happen. Either way, though, let's look at the actual details of this guy. So, because of the crack right here, we can assume that Sonic has gotten a few hits off. Because it's 3 hits for this figure, we know that this is actually 5 hits into the boss fight. Little bit of math for you, if you ever wanted to click off a video faster. But detail-wise, we've got the beautiful, the luscious, the majestic Tinder profile face of the good old Death Egg robot, featuring its beautiful gumdrop eyes, its beautiful candy corn nose, its licorice mustache, and its swim guard rope teeth. I ran out of candy to reference. We also have what can only be assumed is the quote-unquote cockpit of the machine, as it has these little antennae right there and right there, and I believe Eggman is actually in the center. This is one of the Eggman boss robots where he's in there, but you actually can't see him. I'm guessing this is probably because it would look really weird to see Eggman inside of Eggman's cranium. You know, just a hunch, and just as a design standpoint, and somebody who makes characters, I would definitely find that weird. It'd be extremely strange. But you also do have the other things that are akin to Robotnik. As you can actually see in the background for that figure, you have the nice little jacket, which is a little bit changed from the dent in the center, but that's okay. You have all the bolts over there, all the creases for the air vents, which again, the fact that they added that is wild. You have some arm guards, which might even actually just be there more so for the figure itself, just to kind of try to keep it in line a little bit. These do raise up and go down though, so I guess if you wanted to be like, look, he can fly like a beetle, you can actually do that. And then he's got like bolts in the back. And then you have these jetpacks. Now, I don't actually know why these switches are here, but these switches are here, I guess, to lower and raise the fire. But honestly, I would just keep them down, because I would imagine, like, in my youthful days, if I had this, I wouldn't really be using those switches. It would just be too much time. And it begs the question, why not just have one in the center? I guess because it wouldn't look as nice, but it just comes off being very strange. That being said, though, functionality-wise, I really don't care. I'm just displaying this. So that in and of itself is still pretty cool, and being able to have them down to have it like he's flying is very nice. I do find it interesting, though, as you can't move the legs unless, you take them off of its body, limb by limb. So it does stand to a point of making it fly isn't gonna be very great, but at the same time, the robot in the actual game is fairly stiff and fairly clunky, showing that, again, this is an early version of Eggman's designs. It's his prototypes. But I also find it funny that this guy got further than Mecha Sonic or Silver Sonic. I prefer Silver Sonic. They called it Mecha Sonic. But the Silver Sonic in Sonic 2... Yes. Maybe? Sonic 1? Sonic 2? Sonic 1? Sonic 2? Sonic 2. Sonic 2, yes. The Silver Sonic in Sonic 2 is a prototype, whereas this guy is more so completed, but I guess that just says more about Eggman's narcissism than anything else. That being said, though, there's really not too much more to say about this figure. It is super cool that they decided to make it, and I'm just very happy, because it is very well made, and for something that's just like a playset, it is really great for a collector's standpoint. So thank you again, Jakks Pacific, for making something like this. And I have noticed that as we're doing this, because there's less things in the background, it's a lot easier to actually just put it forward and have all of the smaller details zoomed in on, which I think is actually super cool and kind of funny. Blander background, more detail. Who knew? But either way though, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share it out without but no love. Brother, mother, sister, father, iguana. I forgot to do this last time. I didn't do a zoom in. And, of course, I have to have good old Mecha Sonic there. Let's go. Look at how cool this is, man. Alright, guys. Catch you on the flip side. And... yeah, the one zoom in looked a lot cooler. Maybe if I just like inch him a little bit. It's like one of those camera people that just scooch over like an inch, and everything will look nice and beautiful. Fabulous, darling. Fabulous. All right, guys. Keep safe.